Morning everyone, it's raining outside and we are in my office.
Doing a lovely conversion.
Well, and we're doing IKEA flat pack furniture. Oh yes we are. And John's very happy because he basically knows how this thing goes together. But the biggest issue that we've had has been removing the security tape, because there are no little tabs on the end and they're finished flush with the parts. So IKEA, if you're watching this video, you know, get a little tab on the thing so you can find it, or make the tape slightly coloured so that you can lift it off white furniture. Anyway, we're cracking on with this because we have to do this bit for storage underneath, and then our worktop is going on the top. So that went okay, no bits missing, and we're now going to put the top bit on that, and then that basically is it done. We have finished this and we are putting a worktop along here. Now, the issue with that is that I would like the worktop top to be the same level as this unit top. And that is not as easy as it sounds, because we have to have a little ledge for the worktop to sit on.
Which will be there.
And it has to be level. And it has to be the right depth. So the depth of the worktop is 38 millimetres.
So 38 mil down.
So we have to have a little step.
That there on there. Screw that on there. And that'll carry that side of the worktop. And then we put a bit.
And then we're putting a bit along that wall.
Got to be right along that wall.
To cover the other, to hold the other bit of the worktop. And then at the front, there will be legs. Like that. John's tip.
Get yourself a drill.
With a pilot drill.
Pilot drill the wood before you screw the screws in.
Pilot drill the wood. So there's a wee pilot hole. What's your second tip?
Countersink them.
Countersink them.
So you don't split the wood.
And?
Just go careful. And when you're going to drill, don't drill on top of the table.
No.
Make sure you're over the end.
Well, we just decided to come out. We've got to go shopping, and we stopped just outside Corrie and Sannox, and what a cracking view. And I'm just going to show you this all the way round. And that's Ayrshire over there. Now, John and I were thinking this could be an ideal starry night photograph, and there's a really good path and it's not that far from the parking spot, so that's the thing for the future. So we're taking pictures of this mountain range. Well, it's not really a mountain. My son tells them they're Marilyns, not Monroes. And this shape here, this one, has started something, because they know I like sheep. I'm sure sheep know I like sheep. And it sounds ridiculous, but look, there's a whole gang of them coming now. They're all coming because that one's kind of called them over. Hello. Unreal. Unreal. Look at them, there's dozens of them. There's dozens of them. And they're all coming to say hello. So we've marked a line on the wall where the bit of wood is going to sit, and John has put little pilot holes in, and there's two reasons for this. Number one, it makes it easier when you're doing it, but also because then you can see what is behind the wall. So this is a plasterboard wall, and this little pilot hole has a wooden batten or beam behind it. This one doesn't. So this needs special plasterboard screw.
This will be the screw.
And that is the screw.
Metal plasterboard screw, which will self-drill. It'll self-drill and centre itself in the hole.
Because the last thing you want to do is try and put a shelf up.
Hello.
And then the weight of the shelf and the weight of everything on the shelf comes apart.
That's a good strong fitting.
Good.
The next one.
Right, worktop is sitting on the packers and against the wall, and these are the legs that come with the worktops, and as you can see, we need a bit of packing wood to bring it up to the right height, so it's the same height as the unit.
I've got adjustable legs, it will adjust out, but not that much.
So John's hard at it, putting in 2 more double socket points for me. Always handy having a husband who can do so many trades, and worth his weight, because he doesn't get paid in cash, he gets paid in beer and snacks.
Can't wait.
And we've painted this room now, and we're just on the finishing touches for the office. Okay, this room is going to be my office. It is actually a bedroom, but no longer. It will be my office, and I have lots to do in here. And after a little holiday for Christmas and New Year, the contractors are clearing the site now so that the next stage of building or whatever is happening. And you can see how cold it's been. We've been down to -5 anyway at night. At least he's warm in his digger. So the digger driver has gone home for the weekend, and you can see he's cleared an awful lot of the stuff from the site. And here it is here. And just to let you know, those boulders are probably, well, the height of the boulder is about the height of my body. So, and they've hit a snag. And the snag is, and I don't know if you can see it, but this bit here is part of the mountain which goes along. And that bit there is where that actual rock face finishes. And if I stand back a wee bit and you see the scale, that's a big bit. And if that is actually part of this hillside, they're going to have serious issues trying to get that out. So what the digger driver has told me is they're going to go back and talk to the people who own the site, who want the house built, to see if they can get the plans changed. And they're also going to discuss alternative methods of removing the rock, because this big guy ain't going to do that. So we're talking about pecking it out with some kind of mechanical, I don't know, thing that sort of pecks a bit at a time, which will take forever. I'm hoping we're not considering dynamiting or anything similar, but we'll see what they come up with. So that'll be interesting next week.